That is why you remember earlier we were launching that new breathalyzer which will be able to test and tell if there is blood in your alcohol within 10 minutes rather than to wait for months for blood tests to show how much blood.
Yo, what's up, South Africa? Welcome to Common Sense. I'm Andre Faro. Well, I am kind of shocked and surprised. I just found out the other day that I'm part of a white supremacist. Yeah, me. Just because I do not agree with BE. And this is what the minister said. Minister Gwende Matashe. He said, if you do not agree with BE, then you are supporting white supremacy. Now, I was shocked. I was shocked when I found that out. I didn't know that. I realized, oh, damn, I'm in the wrong group. Now, before we get into what the minister had to say, South Africa, make sure you hit the subscribe button as well as the notification. Let's get into it. Let's check what the minister actually had to say.
It's a mistake we've committed as the ANC. I must own up as well, where we created a passive society instead of
The reason why you created a passive society is because you kept on making empty promises to people for the last 32 years, Minister.
Ensuring that there is an active society that participates. That's where this debate, for example, let me squeeze it. There's a new debate now about BEE, that it should be scrapped. People who say that are mainly white parties who are actually responsible for depriving black people of participating in the economy, one as entrepreneurs and two as skilled individuals. And all of those are kept in the backyard. And I'm saying that debate reflects the emboldenment of white supremacy in South Africa after 30 years. That white supremacy got emboldened, and all of a sudden, we all believe that whites are the saviors, and that is white supremacy. That whites are superior, blacks are inferior.
You see, the minister is playing the whole left-wing propaganda, normal left-wing talking points. If you do not agree with me, then you have to be a white supremacist. If you do not agree with me on these specific topics, you have to be a racist. This is how the left wing plays this game. It's like a bunch of grade twos name calling one another. Poo-poo pants. This is what the minister did. And it's shocking to see that this is how he wants to advocate BE. But we know that this law failed South Africans. It is only a small group of politicians and their families and friends that have benefited from BEE, and not all black South Africans. Okay, so you know for a fact that when you put your things on social media, people have the freedom to express their opinion to you. Now let's see what a few people had to say about the minister and about BEE. So we've got here, BEE stands for Black Economic Empowerment, South Africa's massive race preference program. Glad to see it is going well. And I wonder what is it going well for. Then I saw, but then of course, just stick with me. It's a joke. Before any of you complain and cry like a bunch of crybabies, it's just a joke. Correctional Services, the Department of Correctional Service is proud to announce that we have been reaching our BE targets since 1994 and will continue to do so until forever. Currently, 98% of all our inmates are black. Wow. Oh, South Africa, you guys are just cruel. You guys are just cruel. Here we have BE, blame every entrepreneur. Good start. White business owner, I built this company over 20 years. The government. You stole it. Now hand over 51% to someone with a cousin in parliament. That sounds exactly like BEE. And this is what I like as well. Black people were starting businesses and producing professionals even before 1994. And I agree with that. I truly agree with that. You had Nelson Mandela that was a lawyer. You had other people as well that was prestige in a specific field. We had teachers and doctors. We also had nurses. So this thing that all of a sudden you have a government that always want to play the race card and make the black man the victim and the white man the oppressor. This is how they're always going to play the game. And then he says BE is an insult to black South Africans, and I agree. Black South Africans, is about time you wake up and realize that this is an insult to you, because the only way you qualify for a job is because of the color of your skin, not because of the merit and not because of your experience. And I know for a fact there are many black men and women that have the experience and that has the qualifications, as it undermines their intelligence and achievements. Black nationalists love it because it is just one way to spite white people. Now, we all know for a fact that South Africa has 142 laws against white people. It's just like it is. They have decided to take specific laws, especially from apartheid time, and they've turned it around targeting white people. And of course, the government will say, no, we're not, because we are the GNU. But we know as South Africans, the GNU is not really playing a large role, that the big decisions the South African government needs to make. So to see that the minister spoke about BE and blaming you, that you are the problem to why BE is not working, he has decided to go on this rant where he said that young people are lazy and that's why they're not getting jobs.
Now over 70. I've never had a government looking for a job for me. You know that? Never. I went to Teba, I took a contract, went to the mines, worked as a miner, went back home, bought cattle, bought sheep, went back to the mines, and I did that. The difference is that today, because there's a progressive government, people expect that government to go and give them jobs. They don't look for jobs. And that must change. I'm sure to be here in SABC yourself, you look for an advert, you applied, you got into SABC.
So I do agree with the point where you actually have to go look for work. You see the advert and you apply. That's true. That's how people look for work in this country. But you see, with him saying this, immediately the ANC party had to come to his defense, and this is what they said.
I spoke to the national chair. He said he's misquoted. And if he's misquoted, he must clarify himself about that misquotation. Because what the media is saying the national chair have said that the youth are lazy and all of that, and that people have got CVs, they must go and find job for themselves. So that matter, comrades, must be clarified. If it is not clarified, it will remain that the national chair have said that young people are lazy. They do not apply for jobs. That's what the media have said. And that matter, comrades, is not a joking matter. It's a serious matter. It must be clarified properly.
So it's not a laughing matter, South Africa. This is what the ANC secretary had to say. It's not a laughing matter. This is a serious matter, South Africa. Even though the ANC government has been promising South Africans jobs for the last 32 years. And now that South Africans are finally waking up and realizing that you guys are just going around the mountain when it comes. Every single time elections come around, you say the same old, same old. But this is how they play the game, South Africa. They give you t-shirts, they give you a food hamper, and they want you to dance and chant with them. That's how they do it. But you see, what the minister don't understand is that in South Africa, 32.9% is unemployed in this country, meaning that there is no work. It's not just about the thing of going and applying for work, but there's no work. Small businesses are being suffocated with red tape. Corporate is suffocated because BE laws says that you have to be black, and if black isn't in power, then you will get penalties. That's what they say. But you see what the minister don't understand, that the unemployment rate in South Africa for 2025 is projected to be 32.9%. And in the fourth quarter, it was actually 31.9% in the quarter of 2024. That means that 8.2 million South Africans in this country are not working. When we all know that 7 million of South Africans taking on their shoulders the tax. So not everybody's playing the game. There's 8.2 million South Africans that want work in this country. We are a population of 60 million. That means South Africa, we should be higher than that. Meaning more people in the workforce. More people in the workforce meaning you can pay less tax. But that's not what this government wants. This government wants the middle class to be suffocated so that there is no middle class anymore. And the only thing that matters is rich and poor. So I saw something really interesting on X, and I saw this and I thought, I really need to show this to South Africans because you need to wake up. Is that we have South Africans, especially the top ANC leaders today, their wealth that they have gained since 1994. And it's shocking because I'm asking myself the question, where did they get the money? And I know you're going to put it in the comment section for me, but where did they get the money? Cyril Ramaphosa, of course, we know he's the kingpin of BEE. They gave him the businesses. They gave him those opportunities because he's black. Nelson Mandela told him to go so that they can give him these opportunities. And so you have Jacob Zuma. You have even the minister himself that's sitting on 2.7 billion rand. Does buy a help. How? For who? Where? Did he buy sheep and cows the whole time? Like he said he did when he was at the mine? But I have a question here. You've got right here at the bottom Julius Malema. What the monkey's rat ass did Julius Malema ever do for this country? Julius Malema is a great example of if you keep playing the victim card, you too can be a billionaire. By just opening your mouth and cry about everything that is white. And that's Julius Malema. But this is the state that we are in, South Africa. We've got ANC leaders that are billionaires and millionaires, and they did absolutely nothing for this country. When they started out in the government, they weren't even in the thousands. But all of a sudden, 32 years later, they are billionaires doing absolutely nothing, stealing from the South African people. They're getting fat and greedy, and that's all they care about. South Africa, have a fantastic day. God bless.